Welcome to This Sacred Life and the Divine Feminine Spotlight. I'm Transformation Goddess, best-selling author, and award-winning producer Shan Vanderleek. Listen in for wisdom teachings and transparent conversations with soulful women about walking in beauty, reclaiming your feminine sovereignty, and celebrating the mystery and wonder of your sacred life. Welcome back to another episode of This Sacred Life. I'm Shan Vanderleek, and today we're going to be talking about forgiveness, and I'm going to share a few sacred practices with you to help you forgive yourself and others and open yourself to more love. Over the years, I've learned to love myself more than ever before by fully appreciating and accepting myself for the woman I am today. Daily, I practice letting go of guilt and shame and drama, and I've gotten pretty good at forgiving myself for the mistakes I make as well. I affirm often that I am perfect just as I am, and you are too. You are perfect just as you are. If you're beating yourself up for choices made during your unconscious youth, or if you're still angry with someone who's done you harm, or if something's just come up recently that has you upset and angry, it's time to let it go. You deserve to receive the healing gift of forgiveness. And when you learn to let go and forgive, you can move forward in a much lighter way. You can take off so much pressure. I've found that holding a grudge or hanging on to anger really doesn't help, and it's a much greater gift to allow yourself to forgive and move on. How would you feel if you could forgive yourself and others for every boundary crossed, every harmful word, every irreverent action that's come your way? And I can tell you from experience, it feels amazing. You will feel amazing. If you've been following this sacred life or transformation goddess over the years, you know that I went through a powerful healing journey, forgiving myself and my father for a difficult relationship that thankfully ended in a peaceful, beautiful friendship before he passed away a few years ago. But up until that point, I was really harboring a lot of anger, some of it that I didn't even realize I was holding on to. And really, there is no upside to holding on to anger, pain, and suffering. If you're holding a grudge, you are suffering. That's what I learned, is that I was suffering by hanging on. Learning to let go of shame and guilt for the choices that you've made in the past, or for anything that came up for you that's making you feel bad, that's making you feel other than the miracle you are, is something that needs to be released. So I know that it's not your intention to commit violent acts against yourself, but truly hanging on to anger is just that. Be honest. Are you ready to begin to heal your wounded heart, the wounds that you carry in your heart? If your answer is yes, then it's time to dig deep. There's a quote that I wrote many years ago that I want to share with you now that I think kind of opens the gateway to what I'm talking about. Dance with your shadow, face her, accept her, embrace her. With deep introspection, you can learn to accept your precious self and receive all the love you deserve. There are 3 sacred practices that I've learned to use over the years in the process of forgiving yourself and others and opening yourself to more love. One is a forgiveness journaling practice, a sacred love letter, and then a sacred forgiveness ritual. So I'll go through those for you right now, and then I invite you to move through each practice over the next couple of weeks. And you're welcome to reach out and let me know how you're doing with these practices and if there were any ahas that you experienced while working through them. So let's begin with the forgiveness journaling practice. Get something to write on, whether it's a journal or just a piece of paper and a pen, and write your story. Identify what may be haunting you or what is haunting you. Let your tears fall on the page. Squeeze out every detail of how you feel about the ghosts of your past. Identify what are you angry about and what do you wish you could change. And also be honest with yourself. Are you holding a grudge? And how is this story that you're writing about serving you today? I invite you to pause this podcast if you need to jot down those questions, and then you can come back for the sacred love letter. And if you feel like just listening through, absolutely do so, and you can come back. Or you can visit the blog at Transformation Goddess for the show notes. The next sacred practice is writing a love letter. And this is not an ordinary love letter. Not that love letters could be ordinary, but this is one that you write to yourself from the woman you are today. Perhaps you're writing your letter to the little girl or the teenager or the woman who needs to know she is loved, accepted, and perfect just as she is, no matter what choices she's made in her past, no matter what's happened to her, no matter the harm, no matter the foul. Then I invite you to post it and mail it to yourself, or ask a friend to mail it to you. This is such a sweet way to remind yourself that everything begins with self-love. And the third practice is a sacred forgiveness ritual. And this is where you create a sacred ceremony to honor the woman that you are today. Your storied past, your highs and lows, all of it, every bit of it. Begin your ceremony by finding a quiet place where you can be undisturbed for a while. Light a candle, take a deep cleansing breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And recite out loud 10 things that you love about yourself. Now, I know this might feel very uncomfortable. It might seem like it's corny or just silly, but I promise you it's worth it. And here are some examples. I love myself because I am kind. I love myself because I'm a supportive friend. I love the way I can light up a room with my laugh. So you get the idea. 10 of these beautiful statements about yourself and the things you love about yourself. Write them down, say them out loud, however it is that you can share this self-love in a larger way, in a bigger space. And then when you're done, I invite you to recite the following phrase. I am enough. I matter. I love myself just as I am. I forgive myself and others. And I will no longer carry the weight of the anger, shame, and suffering of my past. I am willing to let go of the past and love myself now. And so it is. And when you're finished with the ceremony, blow out the candle. Give yourself a big hug. You are so loved. You are perfect just as you are. Forgive yourself, forgive others, and allow yourself to move on in lightness and love. Thanks for listening. I'll be back next month with the author of Moonology, Yasmin Boland. She is a phenomenal moonologist and astrologist, and she graciously is going to share some of her wisdom with us in the Divine Feminine Spotlight for December. So come back and listen in. And until then, take good care of yourself. Thanks for listening to This Sacred Life in the Divine Feminine Spotlight. If you enjoyed what you heard today, you're welcome to take advantage of a special birthday sale that I'm offering where you can save 50% on the Sacred Heart teachings. You can find the teachings at transformationgoddess.com, by clicking on the Sacred Offerings tab. And when you use the coupon code BIRTHDAY, you can save 50%. Learn more about the Sacred Offering at transformationgoddess.com.